Hey, good morning, Global One. Today we're going to continue with the third and final lesson of our African unit. As with each lesson, we'll start with the bellwork question. Identify one kingdom or empire from Western Africa and explain when they existed, and one fact about them. In today's lesson, we're going to explain how Eastern African society was different from Western, and we'll look at the role of Europeans in African development. So, how did East Coast trade cities emerge in Eastern Africa? The area was a region of cultural blending. African, Muslim, and Persian traders settled in port cities. Those are cities along the coast. A new language developed during this time period called Swahili. Some examples on the side are Nafarahi Kokuana, which means nice to meet you. Habari gani means how are you. Umbaya means bad. Or unjama means good. So what goods were traded in these port cities? Porcelain bowls came from China. Jewels and colored cotton came from India. Ivory, gold, and other goods were from Africa. And trade thrived in over 35 coastal cities up to around 1300 CE. If you take a look at this map, this is a map of the Indian Ocean. Over here is Eastern Africa. Okay, this is the area we're focusing on in our lesson. You could notice the proximity to India, the proximity to China, and some of the Indonesian islands over here. So, how did the Portuguese disrupt trade? In 1497, the Portuguese were looking for alternate trade routes to get to India. They preferred not to go all the way around the continent of Africa. It was very far, very difficult to travel. On their route around Africa, they began attacking coastal cities. They attacked and mostly destroyed the most important trading city, Kiwa. And if you look at the bottom of this slide, you could see historical remains of this once proud city. How did Muslim traders influence East Africa? So contact with Muslim traders increased. After all, the Middle East is connected to northeastern Africa, and from our previous unit on the spread of Islam, we saw how Islam spread into northern Africa. As a result, the influence of these Islamic traders spread the religion throughout Eastern Africa. Most African people kept their traditional beliefs, but blended them in with Islamic beliefs. The slave trade began in Arabia. Now, in southern Africa, a strong empire arose. It started with the Shona people, which started as a city-state. Their main city, the Great Zimbabwe, expanded the gold trade from 1200 CE to 1400 CE. Around 1450, people left the city for unknown reasons, possibly exhausting their farmland. 60 acres of ruins remain today. Finally, the Mutapa Empire. This empire began in 1420 CE by Mutota. They took control of almost all of modern-day Zimbabwe. The Portuguese eventually conquered this empire through political means, rather than just warfare.